I been again. I'm son calabai to forgive young and you book mine and I don't bunk by them. Guess who respect Finn so much. Now your argument on the floor of the Senate, on the floor of the House of Representatives. But now for Tamar wanted to win. I don't bunk by them. I go on a short break. When I come back, Kwaibo mandate continues. Don't forget that the head of service is going to be at the hot seat, and we're going to dissect and discuss issues that has to do with the welfare of the workers and what he has been able to do and transform this great state with the vision of His Excellency to make sure that the welfare of the workers is paramount. We'll find out from the elder. Don't go away.
Oh yes, Governor Udom Emmanuel's administration that is people-oriented, vested in capacity, embodied with superior performance and rendered on integrity has attracted global commentaries and attention. The Americans said it, even the military confirms.
We are here following the wonderful success story that are emanating from your...
Our own Vice President relocates.
When I think of a second home, of course, Akwa Ibom is a good place.
China has joined. Are you an investor or entrepreneur? The 21-story intelligent building, good road network, well-equipped hospitals scattered all over the state with a world-class airline, 18 functional industries and still counting. These and many more are the reason we invite you. Come, live, work, and invest in Akwa Ibom. Be part of the completion agenda. Only God, powered by the Ministry of Information, Akwa Ibom State.
Governor Udom is a performing governor. Yes, he is. He is really a performing governor. But I think he really needs to do more.
Put it in budget. The same road is said that the federal government has mobilized contractors to site, not just any contracting firm, but Julius Berger. And so what's really going on? Why is the confusion? And so who is standing against Akwa Ibom State having a deep sea port? Who also stood against us having license to fly bomb air when the aircraft were already on ground? And thank God today, His Excellency has graciously added 2 aircraft to that fleet. And so we can boast of 5 of such airline. And this is one of the best airlines in the world. And so when you're talking about ease of doing business, you can only talk about Akwa Ibom State, and that's why a lot of people are being attracted to the state, and that's why we can boast of 18 functional factories or industries in Akwa Ibom State and one of the best airlines in Nigeria. Well, today we will not shift our attention either by force or omission. Today our focus is on the welfare of the civil servants. And of course, I am so delighted that a people-centric and a down-to-earth civil servant is on my hot seat. He is the head of all the civil servants in the state. And for his responsibility is very simple. Go make sure that you alleviate the problems of the civil servants and bring back to me what I should do to even promote the civil servant the more. Let me also say this, that since for how many years now, this is the first time our administration is spending so much to the emancipation and solving the problems of the civil servants. I am so happy and so delighted to have in our midst the one and only Elder Effiong Essien, Head of Civil Service, Akwa Ibom State. So it's good to have you.
Thank you very much, Sammy. I'm glad to be with you again today.
Yes, we've not been together for a very long time now, and having you around, I'm so happy. Let's kickstart this way. Sometimes ago, a lot of people complain about next of kin. Some people complain about pension arrears. Some complain about gratuity, and so on and so forth. And the last quarter of 2019, you shock everybody. You went as far as making sure that about 4,461 or thereabout got the entitlement. How did you do that? Where did you get the money?
Thank you very much for the question. And good morning, listeners. I want to inform us that His Excellency, the Governor of Akwa Ibom State, is a listening governor, especially to the workers of Akwa Ibom State. He is a talk and do governor. When he says he will do, he does it. He doesn't play politics with civil servants. I've severally said he's the worker-friendliest governor that you can imagine. So he doesn't take matters that concern the welfare of workers, both serving and retired, lightly. He addresses them with passion and compassion. So for the areas in terms of promotion, in terms of employment, set of civil servants were employed in 2015, and areas of salaries of these workers were pending. And I want to inform us that as we speak, His Excellency, the governor, has cleared the areas of those workers that were employed in the service of civil service of Akwa Ibom State. Even those pockets of areas of those ones that he inherited that were there before 2015, he has all cleared them. Like in the last quarter of last year, from September 2019 to December, as you've heard, he cleared a total of 4,461 areas involving employment, involving promotion, involving those who have been omitted, or involving those whose salary were short paid. And above all, he also cleared areas of pension. For September 2019, he cleared 45 number of persons arrears. For October 2019 also, he cleared pension arrears numbering up to 49. And for November of the same year, he cleared pension arrears numbering up to 61. And in December, up to 32. Altogether, within that quarter alone, he cleared a total number of 189 cases of arrears of pension. That is just for pension. Then for the other arrears, in September, he cleared a total of 1,182 cases. And in October of last year, he cleared 984 number of arrears cases. And in November, he cleared 669. In December, 1,439, making a total of 4,274. If you add that to the pension arrears, that takes you to the 4,461 that we talk about. So this is a clearance payment that translates into millions of naira and kobo. And I wish we should appreciate His Excellency, on this good gesture to the workers of Akwa Ibom State.
Yes, well said. But head of service, there's been a series of complaints. If you had listened to the NLC chairman who just left the studio a while ago, he talks as though government has not really done much in this direction. They're also of the opinion that perhaps these figures are not cannot be substantiated when looking at the attitude of workers outside. They are making it to look as though you just make up figures and then present it to the public. Very difficult for these workers who are beneficiaries of this gesture to come out and say, I am a beneficiary of Governor Dom Emmanuel's gesture. Don't forget, it happened in 2015, an assumption of office for somebody to clear the backlogs of more than 10 years. Yet he's not being appreciated. What we do say perhaps is the problem. Is it that I said Ibane my boko ebekebo or ebe my boko Ibanekebo?
Thank you for that observation. One of the key areas that I want to handle in the civil service attitudinal reorientation. We want to work on the mindset of our workers. And you know, most of the labor leaders are still workers of government. They need to have a different mindset about governance, about government, and even the attitude to work. So that for next of kin.
Yes, I was coming to that.
For local government workers.
Yes.
As we speak, I told you that His Excellency the Governor, even though these are responsibilities of the local government system of government, that His Excellency is going to intervene in this matter and ensure that these areas of entitlement to people of Akwa Ibom State are being cleared. And as we speak, His Excellency did. And the joint account of the local government system of government has accepted and has made arrangement to set aside 3% of the joint local government account for payment of these
next of kin
areas of next of kin and of the serving gratuity of the retired primary school teachers. So these are positive things. So we don't just come and sit here and talk and go where nothing is done.
Beautiful.
So, I mean, government is sincere to the people of the state, and he will always be sincere.
First of all, head of service, without sounding a little bit funny, I want to appreciate you on a very serious note, because when you left the studio, I could see the expression of your face on your face that he said you're going to talk to your boss, and that by the grace of God things are going to be done properly. And for you to give us this result goes to show that Governor Udom Emmanuel is a listening governor, and God will continue to bless him. Don't forget, on the 2nd of this month, we call on God, and so far God has been answering our prayers. Those who's been petitioning the states. Money say with petition Okunoyo, I say Yaram Weme. Well, you need to know this one, and that's why I love what the governor is doing. The more we pray, the more God is answering our prayers. And of course, in the practical terms, you've heard the head of service say that governor has responded to the issue of the next of kin. Somebody called me the other time and said, oh, I went to the department where my mom worked, and they said there was nothing like that. I don't know. Usoinim titon to go in say the bekari kibokom. Mayak ete mayak a karikup. Usoy ebo bomi. Esan ke account more. The toy come when he get there. How do you differentiate between the real next of kin and the fake ones? Because about the fake ones, I mean, they can amuyum. Yes, I'm with you. I'm asking you, how do you differentiate between the fake next of kins and the real one?
Thank you very
Yes.
much. Thank you very much. Government has record of its workers, even the retired ones. And establishment, the Department of Establishment has record of all the workers of the public service, both savings and retired. And in every person's file or record, you have approved next of kin. That is on record. So anytime any entitlement is to be paid, it has to be paid to the next of kin that is on record. that is proved, that is known. So if the next of kin is the first son, if he chooses to come, and take the entitlement of the parent with his brothers and sisters, he can do so. But the recognized person is the one that government has its record.
Okay, you've listened to the head of service there. Kusen utabia bia wuro yunuka uboke moido next of kin. Anyan fima isenege kere korodo awi buku kwe.
Is doing in Akwa Ibom State.
Oh yes, Governor Udom Emmanuel's administration that is people-oriented, vested in capacity, embodied with superior performance and rendered on integrity has attracted global commentaries and attention. The Americans said it, even the military confirms.
We are here following the wonderful success story that I'm emanating from your...
Our own vice president relocates.
So when I think of a second home, of course, Akwa Ibom is a good place.
China has joined. Are you an investor or entrepreneur? The 21-story intelligent building, good road network, well-equipped hospitals scattered all over the state with a world-class airline, 18 functional industries and still counting. These and many more are the reason we invite you. Come, live, work and invest in Akwa Ibom. Be part of the completion agenda. Only God, powered by the Ministry of Information, Akwa Ibom State.
Akwa Ibomites, rise to the faith of greatness. Rise to the faith that Akwa Ibom was created by God out of greatness. Rise to the faith that as a people, we can move beyond biases, ethnicity, religion, and gender. Rise to togetherness. Rise to the faith of our resources beyond what others see, human and intellectual. Rise to chart a new course for us, our children, and a generation of Akwa Ibomites unborn. Rise to the faith that one day we shall be counted as a great people of a great state with great minds. Rise to the faith that all these are possible and many more. Hold fast the confession of our hope that without wavering, for he who promised is faithful. I am an Akwa Ibomite, and I rise to the faith of greatness. Medakanda.
Akwa Ibom, Dakada.
I started when I was 13. That's the impossible 13.
Well, it's good to have you back this beautiful Thursday morning. The program is acquired on Monday. So we've been talking tough and we've been making sure that we do exactly what God has directed this great state. This is a state that is named after God, and His Excellency is a magnanimity is working assiduously with the people and His cabinet to translate the vision of God upon the states. And that vision has culminated into us having about 18 functional industries. And like I said, I have to tell you the truth. America come here and said Akwa Ibom is the best. The vice president came and proclaimed Akwa Ibom being his second home. The military came in here and said this state is perfect as far as security is concerned. And of course, Turkish government for the first time is a Muslim state, a Muslim country. They come here to put up that shearing factory that you have in Akwa Ibom state. One man out of capacity should we be talking about? The best bet is for you to join hands with your governor. You can only have one governor at a time. No matter the level of your petition, Akwa Ibom people spoke 215. They also speak just past 2019 and supporting Governor Dom Emmanuel. And so, when it is not your time, don't kill yourself. And of course, the best bet is for you to join hands with His Excellency Governor Dom Emmanuel, like he said at the beginning of the month and the year 2020, that come join me, let's build Akwa Ibom together. Like I said, I'll be talking with, with the head of service. I don't want him to talk much. And I'm not going to ask him too much questions. It is you listening in that will be asking him questions. So that wouldn't look as if we make a pre-arranged interview. No. Honestly, head of service, you can tell them, I spoke with you on phone and here you are. All right? And so that wouldn't look as if it's a makeshift kind of interview. We've arranged what we're going to talk about and so on and so forth. But I want to appreciate you once again for talking to His Excellency to live up to his campaign promises of making sure that workers' welfare is paramount. We open up phone lines. You can reach us on 090-222-311. You can send me an SMS alternatively. You can also react on our social media platforms and be part of the show. Ask any question that has to do with civil service, pension, gratuity, and the rest. Yes, good morning, my brother. God bless you. Civil servant, after all, Abam Bakara. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning. Who am I speaking with and where you calling from? Okay, Joseph from you. Head of service, I'm down on you. We go sit down. Bye-bye.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning, Joseph.
Please, I want for you to tell us the total number of active workers in Akwa Ibom civil service. To tell the audience the total number of active Akwa Ibom state civil service workers.
Hello, sir. Joseph, you've asked question, allow him to answer. But you have already answered the question, because if you ask somebody a question and you're also answering the question, I wonder if that is a question. But head of service, as a very humble person, are you ready to answer him? Because he has already answered himself.
Well, if Joseph is asking the question with all sense of sincerity and wants to know, the civil service has a component. You have the teaching service, you have the core civil service, and you have the primary school teachers that are under SUBEB, and you have those under the State Secondary Education Board. So, to know the number of workers in each segment, Joseph needs to touch base with the office of the head of service, and he can get the number.
Okay, Joseph, you heard him. just getting touched, and of course they have to do a holistic assessment by making sure that you're carried along, perhaps to different ministries, to get the entire number of a civil servant. Hello, good morning. Yes, sir, and there. You're going to demogorgon. More, dear, yes, I'll say. But tang no neke ko wi ko pong. Tang no yum for pe ke wi ko pos ko de no de don ma ba wo mo. Please, you have to call. Okay, you have to call back. If you're listening to me now, you have to call back because your sound is wavering. And so that the head of service can hear you properly. We have another caller. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning. Thank you, many of I'm a surrender. Okay, my robot I will get to 5,000. I would interfere. No, remember, my robot I will, but I would interfere.
Yes, sir.
You're the man who you're about head of service. That's all I said. Yeah, you're going to wrong. Other man of God, the other girl. So as I became my mic any to the mother, but go we get it. Am I you? Hello? Oh, I dropped. Okay, you can talk. Okay, me, my boy, you do mum.
Well, let me give a general statement about.
Hold on.
Let me give a general statement about that exercise. Because even as I was coming on the way, I heard a program on radio that people were talking about the 5,000 teachers that were employed, purportedly employed. I want to say that government in 2015 re-examined those teachers, the 5,000 that were purportedly employed initially. And out of that, about 3,000 were able to scale through the exams that government set. And those people, those teachers have been engaged by government. And the process of engagement of teachers is a continuous one. After all, His Excellency, the Governor of Akwa Ibom State, the Dr. Gabriel Emmanuel, has done a lot in terms of infrastructural renaissance in the entire school system of Akwa Ibom State, and also the free education policy of government has attracted a whole number of students, both in primary and secondary school. So there's that need for increased engagement of teachers. These exercise is continuous, and I would want to advise those who did not scale through during that re-examination to wait for government when vacancy is declared for engagement of more teachers.
Okay, we have another caller. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. And I know this person. ID Umana, go ahead.
Yes, my name is ID Umana. Good morning, head of service. Congratulations. I think I've not had the opportunity for you to them.
So since the man was promoted and appointed, you have not spoken with him?
Yes, I
and your mother is a retired teacher?
Capacity, yes.
Good morning, I do, man.
Yes.
Now, head of service, please, I know the government is trying to pay, it's not easy to pay salary of workers in the Kwabum, pay their entitlement. But now my issue is this. Each time I ask about the primary school, without primary school teacher, they say the federal government is supposed to pay. But I think after some time, the government said it was going to do something about it. The issue of primary school teachers and local government workers, I think is what should be in the front burner in your government and in your own, during your administration. I believe you can see that will go a long way. So I want to find out now, what should I tell my mom? What's the hope of a retired primary school teacher who retired in 2014? What's our hope? Is it will she be able to get the money? Will she be paid? And when is it likely to? Is she likely to be paid? Thank you very much for having me.
Okay, before the head of service would answer, ID, hold on the line. I think you, ID, sometimes I am worried. We had economic boom from 2011 up to about 2015. And this kind of money that's supposed to have been cleared at that time did not happen except during the advent of Governor Domi Manuel. What would be your advice to politicians?
Yeah, I think my advice to politicians is when you are in the office, what you are supposed to do it. When there's money, do your best so that when you are leaving, there will not be no burden for whoever is succeeding you. I think that's the problem. If most of those things were taken care of, I think the governor also would have had minor things to take care of today. But I want to play with this excellency. Let him, since government is continuing, let him just do it for the sake of the.
Okay, head of service, answer ID. Said, what is he going to tell his mom now?
For ID's mother, the pension to primary school teachers, the current pension is paid as when due. Then for arrears that were inherited, government started clearing that arrears, and it's clearing it in batches. So as soon as the batch that involves ID's mother is paid, ID would celebrate with the mother receiving a pension.
Okay, ID, you've heard him. The number one civil servant in the Kwabum State, very humble, is an elder, is a man called by destiny and destined by God to make sure that the welfare of the workers is properly taken care of. And of course, His Excellency, with a spiritual sight, was able to see him. And so two of them are working in tandem. So just exercise a little patience, like he said. Nobody thought that about 4,400 plus could be settled today. A lot more are coming in the coming months and the coming days. All you need to do is to exercise patience. Sometimes I know in our climb here, we hardly exercise patience. Even in those days, I remember when Barnabas, who was a thief, was shielded, and Jesus, who was the Son of God, came to salvage the situation, was exposed and said he should be crucified. But we will not crucify Emmanuel, because he came here to take us back to the destined position that God has envisaged for our Kwabum people. I have a caller. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Oh, we seem to have a little problem there. You can send us an SMS to the head of service and the government of Kwabum State on 08032767729. If Solomon Ayo, the essay to the governor and ICT is standing by, he can let me have some of the questions from the social media so that we can relate to the people of our Kwabum states. But I will interview me Namkaro. Ben said me waiting, even be me government, Ben the me. Good Emmanuel. Ido Awo Namankaro, Udo Emmanuel, a very sincere governor. So everything's end of head of service by me at borrow one by one. And so, there's a message here. It said, apart from making declaration, why is it that Kwabum has not started the payment of minimum wage? Augustine Boniface, Ibionibum. Saibo go my pay minimum wage. Come on, set up committee. If I forget to do Babio, I will want to be my BT back in Nigeria.
Well, thank you for that bring up that issue.
Okay.
It's still a fact that Akwa Ibom State was one of the first states to set up a committee to look into payment of the new minimum wage. As soon as the law was passed in April last year, the state government set up that committee, and the committee has been working. And it's only in December last year that the federal government came up with the table. They agreed with the labor at the national and came up with the table for payment of minimum wage in the state. I mean, record has it that federal government released that table on a Friday. The following Tuesday, we had meeting of the minimum wage committee in the state, and we've been talking with labor unions in the state, because the directive from the national was that the labor should engage the state government in negotiation of consequential adjustment of the 30,000 naira minimum wage. So we have been talking, and we're almost at the point of signing agreement towards a payment of the new minimum wage. And I want to say it very clearly that Akwa Ibom State government is prepared and is willing to pay the new minimum wage.
Okay, another question. The satisfied government opened the recruitment portal, I think, early last year, and Akwa Ibom people were made to apply online. But up till now, nothing has been heard of or heard about this. Why? This question comes from no name here, but it's 08068. Please don't call this line. It's not for calls, rather it's for messages. 08068216122.
Please, can you take the question again?
He said, or he or she said, sir, the government opened recruitment portal, I think early last year, and quite a people were made to apply online. But up till now, nothing has been heard about this. Why?
Yes, government opened the portal, and applicants keyed in. And I want to say that government is using that entry to do recruitment. The recent recruitment of medical officers that went through in the state was done from that exercise, from that portal. So as soon as government also has need to engage people in other categories of workers, those who have applied would also be invited for interview. So far, medical officers have been interviewed, and a lot of them have been employed.
Okay, let's go to... each time I want to go to social media, it's like Solomon here is damn busy. But let me keep on taking the messages. There are too many messages. I think we are having some problems. Let's see if I can take a phone call there. This one says, Mr. Said, what is your state government or governor doing to recall the 5,000 sacked secondary school teachers? You know, according to international labor law and on the Geneva Convention, their sacking is illegal because they were all given appointment letters by the ex-governor Pabio. These issues may be taken up to the International Labor Organization if nothing is done urgently. I am Yesar Arafat, member ILO.
Yes, thank you for the question. The processes of engagement of workers, employment of workers, it starts with an offer of appointment. And when you are offered an appointment, you have to pass through a probation period before being taken on pension and able service. And for those who were initially offered appointment, Government as an employer of labor has the right, to rearrange itself, reappraise itself, and review what has been done. And in this case, for the 5,000 teachers I have mentioned here earlier, the government saw the need to re-examine those who have been engaged. Because in the process, government realized that the people who were given those offer of appointment, most of them, you would not even allow those who were to teach in secondary school, you would not even allow them to teach your child in primary school. That's why government set up, very elementary examination for those people who were given the appointment letter to write. And surprisingly, they failed, most of them failed woefully. That's why government selected those who were able to pass the exams and gave them another offer appointment. And offer appointment would last for
3 months.
2 years.
Okay, 2 years. Civil servant.
That you have to pass through probation and your appointment is confirmed. So not until when your appointment is confirmed, you cannot really hold on to an offer of appointment.
Okay, this one says, good morning, sir. Please, head of service. What about the local government and health workers? That names were deleted from the payroll since July last year. Emma from Uyo.
Those 723 local government workers, health workers, have been suspended, from the payroll of government because the process that they were engaged were unauthorized.
Okay.
And you cannot rely on illegality, to claim any right over that.
I love that. Mabubu Dumi Manuel, Governor Well, I've been having a head of service right here in the house, Elder Effiong Essien. Well, you know him, very simple and soft-spoken, but extremely a policy-driven man. Someday we'll definitely bring him back in order to educate us the more. So those of you, when you have the opportunity to sit on radio, you better get the facts from the head of service. Maybe the last caller, very lucky caller, who'll be talking to a man of God right now before we leave the studios. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Oh my God, it seems to have a little network problem there. Brown, what's going on? You're part of the problem for the civil service. Let's go. I just want to appreciate my governor. 4,461. Da, illegal bins. In this country, how many government has been able to settle that kind of backlog in Nigeria? Tell me today. I'll definitely. Let's go for a debate. He came 2015, settled more than 10 years backlog, and now he has settled 4,461. Governor Domi Manuel. Da. Amebre. Okay, head of service, what would be your advice to your Nigerian workers in just 30 seconds? Akwa Ibom said workers, rather. We cannot carry Nigeria problem.
Thank you. This is a new year.
Yes.
I want the workers of Akwa Ibom State to resume work for this year with a new attitude to work. Promptness to office and staying put at your duty post and not loitering about, not wasting time, because time lost cannot be regained. So workers in Akwa Ibom State, in fact, worker in his entirety should contribute towards the progress and development of government of the day.
Thank you very much, Elder Effiong Essien, head of service, Akwa Ibom State, number one civil servant in Akwa Ibom State, talking to us. We'll definitely bring him back when it is necessary. Yes, I want to quickly announce that on Thursday, we'll be playing host to Senior Special Assistant to the Governor on everything loan, everything marketing, everything branding. I'm talking about Honorable Imewa. He's going to be talking to us the Tony Elumelu loan. You will want collect loan. You have to go through this process so that you do something with the loan properly. Yes, on behalf of everybody, made this program a success, right from the live streaming, coordinated by Solomon Enio, the essay to the governor on ICT, and of course, Ekerete. And I also want to thank Anete, Esia, Macaulay, and of course, Brown and Sammy X giving us this privilege to end up the program today. My name is Samson Akpan. Ekere Theodore remains the executive producer. Bye-bye. See you on Thursday.
Planet 101.1 FM, Uyo, the station that never gives up. We are revolving around you and bringing life and entertainment all over you.
It's rising like the sun and shining forth, sustaining life like never before. It will never set. Planet Radio Station 101.1 Uyo, Nigeria. Don't touch the dial.